Hi, welcome to the GetInspiredHere.net website. The idea for Microsoft Advertising to set up this website is really sort of be a haven of innovation and creativity. And at Cannes, we introduced the sequel to the Bring Back the Love video. We had this great team of creativology, so bringing creativity and technology together to create great consumer and advertising experiences. And so on this site you will find a lot of testimonials of creative directors, and anybody who has a view on or a say of what he gets inspiration from, or what he thinks is important in his life. So I was asked the same questions. The first question was what inspires me. Well, basically, I think there's sort of two things. It's what happens around me. It's watching people and see what people do in their normal lives. It's what I read, what I see in art, in books, on TV. So I think it triggers ideas every hour of the day. But then how do you turn that into something practical, into something that you do something with it? I think that's the whole creative process. I'm not exactly working in the creative industry, so I don't know, but there's lots of things that inspire me, but it's most of the time it's those things that you're not looking for that get to you and that give you that sort of moment of aha. And obviously there's great other work. It's a little bit of a pity because the next question is, what has recently inspired you here? Recently being Cannes, normally I take a lot of time to go through the Palais and the festival and go through the great work. I remember a couple of years ago I went through a lot of the screenings of the TV shortlists. Today, in my current job, I'm kept busy 24 hours a day, and I have to admit I haven't been to the Palais as often as I would love to, so I'm certainly going to make up for that tomorrow, Saturday. But the one thing that always triggers my attention is the work of the young creatives. I think what you see there is purity, is simplicity. They have a tremendous deadline to make, and in that short period of time you see all of a sudden great ideas coming across. And to the next question, what triggers me most is simplicity, is big ideas, big creative ideas, but simply executed. And I think obviously that's for me what I'm looking for. In terms of interactivity, I had this moment of when I watched all of the cyber lines and when I watched the entries for the cybers. There's obviously a lot of over-engineered, over-complex sites, and really it all depends on what you're looking for. Is it great production value? Is it the execution? Is it the design? Is it the just the idea without the creative quality? Via the executional quality? I think that's what you have to decide for yourself. Personally, I don't care too much about execution. I think the great example that we all know and that we've talked for some time now is the Far Heidi's campaign. That's certainly not about executional quality, but it speaks to really everything that happens in the world of what people do today. It talks to social networking, it talks to the Wire, Big Brother, it talks to consumer engagement, brand engagement. So the Heidi's campaign last year is something that I've been using for the last year as a great example of a big idea that certainly wasn't the slick design that you have seen awarded this year in a couple of cases. So over complexity, over engineering is not the thing I like. Innovation budgets, I'm not sure what the question is, but I think there's too many companies that actually don't care enough about innovation and just go on the beaten paths as they have been doing for years. We've met a couple of companies lately that actually are very focused on setting budgets aside and spend that on stuff that they haven't been doing before. And I think that's the only way to go. You don't know what you don't know until you discover what you don't know, or until somebody tells you what you don't know. And that's sort of what we stand for. It's a great partnership between we as publishers, because we know our systems, we know our technology, we know our platforms, we also know our users, what they like, what they don't like, but we're not the creative shop. And so it's working together with creative agencies that is really important for us. In terms of not being a creative shop, we're going to do a big announcement sort of September timeframe. There's clearly a lack of leadership on the publisher side. I think we are cornered in a world of commodity, of banners, of half banners and 300 by 250s. I think what we need to do is take more of leadership and come up with more innovative app products with more customized solutions on our assets. So we're going to invest in a team that exactly does that on a European basis and helps connect brands with consumers in a more innovative way, beyond the impression, beyond the banner. We're going to link with creative partners. We're going to link with third party, rich media vendors. We have our own development capability in house, but it's certainly a big step for us to make that investment and say, hey, apart from selling the commodity, we're also going to sell you stuff that goes beyond that, and bringing that team together on a European basis with probably a creative guy heading it up. That's a challenge for me now to go on to recruiting those people. I think that's where we, as a company, can also start making a difference. I think that covers it.